So, my dear students, today we will know something more about displacement. What are the new things that we have to know about displacement is, suppose a body is traveling along a circular path. A body is traveling along a circular path. This is what? This is the center of the circle, and this might be the radius of the circle. So, if a body travels from point A to point B, what will be the displacement of the body? Now, think about the possibilities. What? Suppose it has made an angle with a center which is 90 degree. Now you see what is the displacement? The shortest distance between these 2 points is what? This is AB. AB is the shortest distance. So what is this? This is the displacement. This is the displacement. So now the question is that how can we find out the displacement? Suppose we have given this r, this would also be the r, because the distance from the center to the arc in every direction is equal. So both the distances are what? The r. Now we have to find out the displacement. Here we can apply the Pythagoras theorem, and by Pythagoras theorem we have got, suppose this length is what? D. So here d square equals r square plus r square. Now this implies d square equals 2r square. Therefore d equals what? D equals what? D equals 2r square root under. So if you want to know the displacement of a body on a circular path when it has subtended an angle of 90 degree on the center, we can find out the displacement using this formula. Further, you can write it like what? 2 into r into r. Here r is in pair, so you can separate it. You can write it outside the square root. So we have finally a formula to find out the displacement of a body when it subtends an angle of 90 degree at the center. Once again, a question arises here that what will be the distance covered by a body when it travels on a circular path. Suppose a person has started traveling from point A, and on traveling from point A it reaches again to the point A. So what will be the possible distance covered by this body? Yes, obviously the whole length of this circular path. So what are the things that comes in your mind? If we simply know the radius, we can easily find out what would be the distance covered by the body. Here the distance covered by the body on a circular path, distance covered by a body on a full circle would be what? Yes, the formula to find out the circumference of the circle, that is 2 pi r. 2 pi r. So here 2 pi r will be the distance covered by the body. Here S denotes the distance covered by the body. So if you have to find out the distance covered by body, when a body starts, suppose this is the initial point, and the same place is the final point, means the body is traveling along the circular path and reaches to the same place, that is point A. So this would be the final point 2. Then what will be the distance covered? The distance covered will be 2 pi r. Now the question arises, if the distance covered is 2 pi r, then what is the displacement? What is the displacement? Remember the definition. What? The shortest distance between the final and initial point is what? Is the displacement. Here the initial and final point, both points are at the same place. So what would be the displacement? Here the displacement, yes, displacement would be what? 0. Yes, the displacement would be 0. Another thing that must have to be cleared, suppose the body has traveled along a semicircular path. A body has traveled along the semicircular path, means what? It has traveled from point A and covering this semicircular path, it reached to the point B. So what will be the distance covered? Distance covered would be what? Yes, दिमाग लगाओ और आंसर पाओ. That is half of 2 pi r. That is what? That is half into 2 pi r. Clearly, what will be the answer? Pi r. So this is what? Distance covered on a semi-circular path equals what? Pi r. Now another question arises here is what? What is the displacement? Again, आप दिमाग लगाओ और आंसर पता करने की कोशिश करो. Yes, you are right. Here the displacement is nothing but the diameter of this semicircle. So displacement here is what? The diameter. So from these examples you have learned many more about the term distance and displacement. In the second part of the video, we'll learn more about the differences between distance and displacement. This distance and displacement is the most prominent part of the chapter motion. That's why we have to put more stress on distance and displacement.